What up? It's your boy JB coming back at you live and direct. Welcome back to the channel, man. Had to pull over, give y'all this video real fast. Man, it looks like it's the end of NBA on TNT. It looks like it's the end of NBA on TNT. Better yet, look like it may be the end of Inside the NBA as we know it. Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Chuck. Man, by far, hands down, the best pre-game, in-game, and post-game show that we've had for, I don't know, the last 20 years or so, I would imagine. I mean, I grew up on the NBA on NBC, but man, we've never had a pre-game and post-game show like this and kind of watched these guys grow and evolve. And now it appears that NBC has gotten the rights. It appears now, I don't know that for sure. They say the announcement may come after the playoffs. But man, sometimes it hurts to see something go away that's been around for so many years. The rumor has it that NBC would love to have the crew, but that Ernie Johnson says he's going to remain with Turner. Charles Barkley said that if Ernie can't do the show, he doesn't want to do the show. Charles Barkley also said that, or I've heard him say that if Ernie can't do the show, he doesn't want to do it. But that he also has an opt-out that if Turner loses the NBA, he doesn't have to stay with Turner, which is going to be absolutely crazy because Charles Barkley himself, talking about NBA, can probably command $20 to $25 million a year on the open market to be a part of somebody's pre-game show. Now, we all watch Charles Barkley play basketball, and man, he's become more famous being on Inside the NBA than he ever was as the actual basketball player. Same with Shaq, same with Kenny, but at the end of the day, is Ernie Johnson the key? Will they have to break the bank to get Ernie to leave Turner so that this show can continue on NBC? And it makes sense, guys, because Ernie does other sports. Ernie can do baseball, Ernie can do hockey, Ernie can also do college basketball. But I don't know if they can afford to pay all four of those guys if NBA is not there. What I think is interesting, guys, is that it also shows you that NBC is buying the rights to the NBA, and I guess trying to recapture what they had back in the 90s when Jordan and Magic and all those guys were still in the league, per se. But I think that NBC is going to have to end up doing something spectacular if they don't get inside the NBA. Let's be honest. The ratings were good on TNT because Inside the NBA made you want to watch. I've talked to people who said, man, I got to watch Inside the NBA more so than I got to watch the game. So I think if you don't get that particular show, what's going to end up happening? If you don't, I guess that you can get Shaq, you can get Kenny, you can try to get Chuck, but if you don't get Ernie, those guys have kind of intertwined themselves. And who would be the host? It would take a lot to get used to, because we all know when those guys take vacation and somebody different coming on, it's just not the same. I don't think Turner expected to lose the NBA. I thought they think the NBA would give them a better deal, because not only were they fighting against NBC, they were also fighting against Amazon. And we know Amazon is paying big money to get some of these things streaming on Amazon TV. So, man, I can tell you, I think if you don't get inside the NBA, having the NBA games don't matter. Everything is about having the right crew announced. And I'll be honest, just like it's not the same since Mike Breen and Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson hadn't been calling the major games on the weekends, right? This chemistry and talent matters. So I know that it's a business and the NBA got to get all the money they can get in a situation where the ratings are down and people are pulling the plug on cable. But how do you keep the NBA from TNT and then don't get Chuck, Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie all together? You're going to have to break the bank, because those guys were really the face of the NBA on TNT. So it's going to be interesting to see what NBC does if this is true. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. Without inside the NBA, does it make sense to get the NBA? Because those guys are really what boosted TNT to the level where we even watch it now. And even still, Shaq, Kenny and Chuck even did NCAA tournament. So it's important that whoever takes this over, you got to figure out what you're going to do with that group, because without that group, I don't know if the deal has that value that you think it is. that pregame and postgame makes a difference on how much you want to watch TNT. And if NBC gonna have to find a crew that can really do the same thing, if not better, than what the four guys currently do. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. Is Jeff on to something, or is Jeff crazy? What y'all think about NBA on TNT and the inside guys possibly not being there after this year? If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notification, and until next time, I'm gonna holler.